Chapter 3. A Warning from God. As autumn leaves began to paint the town in vibrant hues of gold and crimson, Yolanda felt the air shift around her. It was a season of change, not just in the environment, but also within her spirit as well. The world, it was bustling with students returning to their routines and the boutique buzzing with excitement over new fall arrivals. Yet, amidst the change, Yolanda sensed a deeper stirring within her soul, one that was cautiously hinted at a divine message waiting to be unveiled. One Sunday afternoon, after service, Yolanda lingered in the church courtyard, admiring the way the sunlight filtered through the leaves overhead. The laughter of the children filled the air as they played, their innocent joy reminiscent of her own childhood. Days spent in that very church. Just ahead, she spotted Mother Windell, the beloved matriarch of the church, seated on a bench, gazing thoroughly at the sky. Mother Windell was an emblem of faith. Her silver hair framed her face that bore witness of a lifetime of experience. Some joyous, others painful, but all steeped in wisdom. She had a way of seeing beyond the surface, and though she rarely sought out conversation, when she spoke, it was as if the heavens opened.
Yolanda, my dear,
She called with her voice, warm yet laced with gravity. Approaching her, Yolanda's heart raced slightly. She'd always felt a special connection with the elderly women.
I've been meaning to talk to you.
Yolanda sat beside her, the weight of her words settling in the autumn air. "What is it, Mother Windell?" she asked with a mix of curiosity and concern etching her features.
I had a dream last night.
Mother Windell began, her eyes narrowing slightly as she reflected on the vision.
The Lord pressed upon my heart a message meant for you.
Yolanda listened intently, her pulse quickening. In her experience, Mother Windell's dreams often held prophetic insights, filled with deep spiritual truths meant to guide the church community.
He showed me the beauty he placed in you.
Mother Windell continued, her voice filled with warmth.
A light, Yolanda. A light that draws others to him. But he also revealed shadows lurking in the corners, temptations and distractions that seek to dim that light.
A chill ran down Yolanda's spine as Mother Windell's words resonated with her. For weeks she had been juggling her responsibilities, and there was moments of uncertainty. But she felt a tug away from her faith, shadows whispering self-doubt into her heart.
Draw closer to him, my dear.
Mother Windell urged, her grip tightening Yolanda's hand.
The enemy is cunning, always looking for an opportunity to lead us astray.
Tears brimmed in Yolanda's eyes as she absorbed the gravity of the message. There was a deep yearning within her to strengthen her faith amidst the distractions in her busy life. The world, it was appealing, filled with ambitions and dreams. Yet, Mother Windell's warning reminded her that true success stems from the foundation anchored in our faith. "Thank you, Mother Windell," Yolanda said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'll remember your words. I promise to draw closer to God and remain vigilant."
I believe in you, Yolanda.
Mother Windell smiled, her eyes twinkling.
Your heart is a vessel of his love. And remember, my child, your prayer is your shield. When you pray, the devil trembles.
As Yolanda rose to leave, clarity washed over her. The afternoon sun bathed the courtyard in golden light, illuminating her path. Resolute, she understood the deepening of her relationship with God was imperative. Life had become a whirlwind of commitments, classes, work, volunteering at the church with the children, but anchoring herself in faith would provide the guidance she sought. Over the next few weeks, she transformed her evening routines, and instead of zoning out with a series of scrolling through her phone, she dedicated her time to prayer and reflection. Some nights she lit a candle and sat in quiet contemplation, journaling her thoughts and prayers. Each entry became a dialogue with God where she poured out her anxieties and hopes and dreams. On Friday evenings, she organized prayer sessions with young adult friends from church where they could share their challenges and victories. These gatherings morphed into a safe place where the laughter and vulnerability and strength of faith resided. Yolanda introduced the concept of faith check ins, where they would encourage one another in their spiritual journeys. Let's keep each other accountable, she proposed one evening, her voice steady with conviction. We need to be the light for one another, reminding ourselves of the dreams that God has placed in our hearts while guiding us against distractions. Her friends rallied around her vision, delighted by the idea. Soon they found themselves not only growing closer as friends, but also forging a bond anchored in faith. Each gathering left them refreshed and more unified in their spiritual paths. Over the next few weeks, she transformed her evening routines. Instead of zoning out with a series of scrolling endlessly through her phone, she dedicated her time to prayer and reflection. Some nights, she lit a candle and sat in quiet contemplation, journaling her thoughts and prayers. Each entry became a dialogue with God, where she poured out her anxieties and hopes and dreams. And on Friday evenings, she organized prayer sessions with her young adult friends from church, where they would share their challenges and victories. These gatherings morphed into a safe space filled with laughter, vulnerability, and strengthened faith. Yolanda introduced the concept of faith check ins, where they would encourage one another in their spiritual journeys. Let's keep each other accountable, she proposed. One evening, her voice steady with conviction. We need to be the light for one another, reminding ourselves of the dreams God has placed in our hearts while guarding against distractions. Her friends rallied around the vision, delighted by the idea. Soon they found themselves not only growing closer as friends, but also forging a bond anchored in faith. Each gathering left them refreshed and more unified in their spiritual paths. Yolanda started volunteering more actively in the children's church, creating engaging lessons and activities that taught kindness, faith, and resilience. Each interaction with the children reaffirmed her calling. With every story shared and every smile received, she felt her light grow stronger, an answer to Mother Windell's words. However, amidst her efforts, moments of doubt occasionally crept in. A late night at work would tire her. A tough academic challenge would momentarily cloud her focus. During those fragile times, the whispers of worry tugged her thoughts. But she turned to her growing community, engaged her faith through prayer, and sought the counsel of mentors, finding strength to push through. As October transitioned into November, Yolanda's heart felt lighter, her spirit revitalized. She had not only drawn closer to God, but felt the intimacy of His presence woven in her daily life. Conversations with classmates became opportunities to share faith, and her blog expanded to include reflections on living out her faith journey and youthful distractions. Each choice we make matters, she wrote in one entry, the words flowing effortlessly onto the screen. Every moment presents an opportunity to reflect God's love or be drawn into the shadows. Choosing light brings not only joy, but peace. Every morning, as she sipped her coffee, she recited affirmations, preparing her heart for the day ahead. I am loved. I am chosen. I will shine my light brightly. Each phrase became a mantra, reinforcing her commitment to live purposely and faithfully. One evening, while sitting in her favorite spot beneath the oak tree in the church courtyard, Yolanda looked up, a prayer of gratitude on her lips. The stars began to blanket the sky, twinkling with promises of hope and endless possibility. Her heart brimming with purpose, rooted in faith, and Mother Windell's words echoed in her mind. Yolanda closed her eyes and offered a prayer of faith. She felt a swell of gratitude for the clarity that she had found and the steps that she had taken to fortify her faith. With each prayer, she felt more embodied, ready to shine her light even brighter in the world that beckoned for it. As she rose to head back home, she carried with her the assurance of her earlier revelations. Her path was illuminated, not just by light, but by the love of the one who was guiding her every step.